To the Cole Show, and today I'm gonna tell you what I learned.
It's the Cole Show.
Cole and Blake.
It's Cole and Blake Show.
And I'm gonna tell you what we learned today and what we did.
Yeah, what are the 3 things that you learned today, Cole?
So 3 things we did and 3 things I learned. I learned about semicolons, brackets, and question 1.
Question 1. What code were you programming today?
C++.
Oh, okay. And it's one of the foundational programming languages that we use, correct?
Yes.
All right, cool. And why are we learning C++?
To program our car.
All right, good. Yeah, our car has a C++ programming wrapper around it. All right, and so we're learning more and more about programming as we're getting to the point where we're almost done with the hardware. Our car didn't work today as expected, but we were able to do some programming exercises, correct?
Yes.
All right, cool. What did you learn about question 1? Blake.
Wow. What I learned. Zing.
No, I want Cole to tell me what did you learn? You said you learned about question 1, but what was in question 1? What was important about question 1?
It was it's like a question of it's kind of like an introduction type of code.
Mm-hmm.
And just say how it's greeting. It was it's a greeting code.
Mm-hmm.
And you're supposed to say hello or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's what I learned.
Okay, cool. So you programmed it and there's output towards it, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. All right. Blake. All right.
Today,
What did you learn today?
Well, class, to say what I learned integer.
Okay, you learned what integer is.
Yes.
We learned a little bit what integer was last time, but now you got a little bit more practice with the code. You actually saw what it was.
I actually knew what it meant because last time I was like, oh yeah, we use it in code, but now I know how to use it.
Oh, okay, because you got to program it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ah, okay. So if I were to say, okay, is 5, is that integer? The number 5. If I just say the number 5, is that integer?
Yes.
Okay, if I were to say the number 22, is that integer?
I mean, integers can be whole numbers.
So is the number 22?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Okay, what about the number 3.24? No, it's not integer. Yeah, so if we try to put that number 3.24 in our code, we will not get what we expect. Because we declare a variable as an integer, we need to put integers in it. Correct?
Yes.
All right, cool. What was the other one that you learned? Oh, oh, the mom is calling.
What else I learned? Let me go through my notes. I learned it. Wait, no, we are the Boolean.
Boolean. Okay, and what's Boolean? What's important about Booleans?
I'm afraid you would ask that. Well, Booleans can be used for true or false.
Conditional statements.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
You can use it for loops. Can you use it for loops?
Mm-hmm.
You can use it for loops. That's usually what if I was coding. When I was coding, I would use Booleans. Yeah. Usually they can be used for loops and what other can they be used for?
Any conditional statement, or if anytime you want to know if something's true or false, you use a Boolean.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And what was the third one that you learned today? Third thing.
I did char, and Boolean.
Oh, the char, character.
Yeah.
So can you name a character or two that you can store into a variable?
Yes, I can. I have one thing to say. Okay, so basically, we're cursed
in this room. We're cursed in the building because, like, the first time we were here, what was it called? Our car didn't work. And now our car's not working, like driving and steering. Like the wheels are like turning.
Yeah.
So we're cursed again.
All right.
Alright.
Which was expected.
All right. So
So-
character is like a can't just name one.
And here in this code for what's the name of this code? What's the name of it?
So that's the size of characters. That's not just a character.
Oh.
So if I were to say 3.452, is that a character? No, it's not. If I were to say 3, is that a character?
Yes.
It actually is. So there's some things called ASCII characters in which you could do certain things with characters that aren't traditionally what you would think of characters. Normally people think of characters as like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, but you could do some other things. So you haven't been taught what ASCII is. So you could convert characters to numbers and numbers to characters, and there's a special table called ASCII. Right, we'll learn about that later. Right, so, hey, Cole?
Yes.
All right, I gotta ask you one last thing before you go.
Okay.
Cool, come on.
Cole, one last thing.
Just have to close that carpet.
All right. Tell me about semicolons.
Semicolons are what it's kind of like a period, like in sentences. That's how you end a sentence. It's kind of like semicolons are like periods. That's how you end your first line, like a line of coding.
Yeah. So you end your statements with a semicolon. So every statement you end with a semicolon in C++.
Yes.
Right. And you'll see a lot of other languages, they have their own, but typically you'll see semicolon most of the time.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Cool. Thank you for your time today. Yes, our car did not work as well to be expected, right? But we're going to figure that out. Maybe we won't be as cursed next time. All right. All right. Thank you.